Hello, everybody, and welcome back to WWE NXT. It's episode 6, and it's the July 25th edition of NXT. So, been a while since the last episode, been a little hiatus from it, but I'm sure it's not reflected in the actual order of when this comes on out. It's another episode of NXT, and as I always maintain, we are at something of a standstill in NXT when we still have the holdover of a bunch of the stars who you probably wish would leave, and you want a bunch of the newer developmental guys to step in. But unfortunately, still have a bunch of the old NXT Redemption rejects still kicking about because they haven't gone up to the main roster because some of them never will. um, but we're back. Back. Do you have anything before we start?
I mean, hello, me. I'm Piggy. This is your first time, Piggy. I'm second host of this. Um, I might make Ash the host of ECW as well. I think it flows better as him as the host. But yeah, but I, I feel weird because 6 episodes in, this feels a whole lot different than modern NXT, but it is also, and we will see it with Franklin later on, Franklin, just how different, like, like how different the landscape is now. When you look at these talents, you go, "Oh, they will be here in 10 years," and then you have Connor, who's in TNA, and Bram, who is either cancelled or
Former
is
NWA World Champion.
yeah. I didn't know whether he was the one who was cancelled or he was someone else.
He was.
Yeah, right. So I think I confused
It's
him.
NWA. They don't really have a choice. Like,
Yeah, because I
they're looking in the cancel bin like, fucking hell, there's a brand new Tyrus here. Fucking hell. Let's use him. He's great. Fucking love Tyrus.
when I
His
see,
finisher, heart punch. Fucking absolutely.
because obviously I think Bram has the beard, correct? He has the beard nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
confused him for Jackson Riker, which which you shouldn't do.
Slightly different.
Yeah, Jackson Riker, which I'll just brief of the briefest, was a cunt. He was a piece
Yes.
of shit, and the less we forget about him, the better. But yeah, genuine cunt. But Bram is just cancer.
Also Gunner from TNA.
Yeah,
But,
he's Gunner. I confused with Gunner. But yeah, also Bram is NWA champion at time of recording, 20th
no,
of
no,
April.
he's not. I think he lost it to Thrillbilly.
He lost. Okay, that's just 20th of April, by the way. It's when it's being recorded, just in case we fucking we come, this gets released in 2 years somehow. TNA World Champion. TNA will have
Yeah.
no fucking say.
So very interesting, but yeah, it's funny to see the hangovers of people who are never going to leave an NXT and the people. I mean, just a little brief aside on NXT's trajectory. It starts off as it reforms FCW as NXT and is developmental, and then at some point Triple H decides, fuck it, let's just put on the most indie-rific PWE shit possible. Everybody's trying to wrestle a 5-star match, and Dave Meltzer's going to have a fucking a white knight. Um, So then they go to like the black and gold era. Then the black and gold era ends because mostly everybody just goes, AEW? Yeah, fuck it. AEW is great. Let's all go to AEW. And then they go back to NXT 2.0, where it's developmental properly again. And now you have the weird new version where it is 90% developmental, but mostly just focusing on women who have big bums. That's kind of what NXT is now. NXT is the Gooner show. That's what it is. Mental. Very weird.
It is very funny. It is, but it is also funny because I do just any opportunity I can. I get to talk about it. It is funny as you were saying how like most of the talent from like the Black Gold era of NXT went. Fuck, I can't really wrestle my Johnny Gargano 5-star classic on NXT anymore. They went, AEW's looking a bit bright. One of my favorite examples, which I do love talking about, is Bobby Fish. Where obviously, Bobby Fish went to AEW. Yes, he had some conflict with CM Punk, which I'm not getting. But my favorite bit is the fact he went to, I think it was Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly basically went, guys, should we go back to WWE? And they went, no. And he went, fuck. Then he got fired, which I just love so much. Guys, can we go back to the old place? No, fuck off. But Triple H wants us. fuck off. We're getting paid here. Fuck off. Sorry, I just wanted to talk about that. But it's probably funny to know.
Yeah, so you know, like current NXT it's just Gooner NXT. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all it
yeah.
is. Yeah, just weird. It's a weird life cycle of it, but obviously, and it's very weird that it went from Triple H to Shawn Michaels in the same way. But who the fuck knows? Like, it's who the fuck knows, honestly. Um, but yeah. So first match is a tag team match where you have Michael McGillicuddy and Johnny Curtis, who I think Regal says they may go on to be one of the best teams of all time. I don't think they even team ever again. Let's be honest. Probably
Don't
never team again.
I don't think so. Just in case you are confused, John Curtis. The Fandango. He's Fandango, and obviously, Michael McGillicuddy is obviously Curtis after the son of this part.
Yes.
So just yeah, just wanted to say that. I don't know what I think his TNA name for Fandango is Dirty Dango, and
Hey,
obviously,
Dango, JDC, whatever all the random names, to be
yeah,
honest.
and now he's retired, which led to some great Instagram posts where it was like, John Cena retired, Dolph retired, and then it's like Dango, don't let me down, retired a week later. Yeah.
See, I just want them to be. Which one was the Scottish player who did the? He was a Scottish tennis player who retired and then didn't even like tennis anyways. Is it? I keep mixing up with someone. Which fucking Andy Murray? There we are. I
I was
keep
gonna
mixing
say,
up with a fucking
I
the the football player that plays for my local team. I keep mixing them up somehow.
was gonna say Andy Williams, but I was like, I think he's someone completely different.
He's the football player I always mix him up with. um, yeah. Uh, who the fuck? I don't even know how he got there. But yeah, and they take on Bo Dallas and Derek Bateman. Once again, just a weird team because you have like the main heels of NXT, and then you have like the sub. You have like the sub heels essentially. You have Jinder Mahal, who's currently the big bad, and he's the one to conquer. But then you have like McGillicuddy, then you have Johnny Curtis, you have like Leo Kruger, you have these sorts of types who are like a lower level. But I don't know, like the, the JDC fucking EC3, all the three letter names. This fucking this combination, this feud still going on, and obviously McGillicuddy and Bo Dallas have been feuding a little bit. So yeah, this match is a bit boring. Um, Bo Dallas gets a little bit angry at the end when EC3 loses the match, and that's because Curtis throws him into ropes. Fuck me, got all the better names it got named. I can't even just say Curtis because there's another Curtis in this. Fuck you. Um, yeah.
Actually, just
Fucking hell, all the shit names. Johnny Curtis throws him into the ropes, and then Curtis Axel grabs him by the leg, go into a distraction. Johnny Curtis hits a Falcon Arrow and gets the victory. And Bo Dallas is a little bit angry, like why the fuck do you lose it? And it's like essentially Bo Dallas kind of cost him by throwing McGillicuddy out to the other side of the ring. But yeah. So tension. Ooh.
I guess
Who cares?
I guess again, time of recording is in TNA. Time of recording is through to TNA. Again, time of recording. Hey, can I just say how fucking shit is the trajectory of EC3's career gone? Like again, I love the gimmick of EC3 in
Still more
TNA.
5-star matches than Kurt Angle.
True. It's fuck you, Dave. But again, I've said it. I love the original run of EC3 in TNA, where he was the big bad
Fantastic.
heel.
Rockstar
Yeah,
Spud in there. Fucking mwah.
yeah, love that.
Fantastic stuff.
Didn't mind his brief return to WWE with a when, all right, you're gonna be the same character, but we've no fucking clue what you want to do. That's fine. And he gets released, which is sad, to be fair.
You're the same wrestler, but you can't talk. It's like, that's his whole shit, boys. He's nothing without his mouth.
Yeah, it's like going to Osprey, going, yeah, Osprey, yeah, you can't wrestle the way you do. You've changed completely. Like I
No flips, Osprey. No flips.
yeah, um, that was fine. His WWE return was a bit fine. It was shit. Everyone memes on it because where is EC1 and EC2? Fucking yes, I know that. And then he gets released, and then you go, oh, he's going back to TNA. No, control your narrative, boys. It's so fucking shit.
I mean,
And
maybe I'll give it a bit of leniency. Didn't he start it during pandemic
he
times?
did. No, he did. Right, and I will
He
just,
obviously continued it beyond,
I
but
will have to add here.
it did send everybody mental, didn't
I will have to add here. He had two types of wrestlers: people who were cancelled, quotation, and people who were genuinely cancelled. Now, the example I give is with Austin Aries, genuinely cancelled because he was a piece of shit. It's Austin Aries. I'm sorry if you're an Austin Aries fan to this. He's a piece of shit. And then you have the other people who were cancelled in quotation, like Scotty Too Hotty, where Scotty Too Hotty is only
he?
cancelled in
Cancelled?
quotation because he said he's not wrestling a trans woman because he wants to be an influence on his daughter and he refuses to wrestle intergender matches. Which, so yeah, you had two types of cancelled wrestlers. Fucking fuck me, it was weird. Will I ever watch Control the Narrative? If I can find the
I,
shows, I might give it a watch, but I probably won't. It was just weird. And then he's back at TNA. Probably he's doing all
I'm
right.
still not. Obviously, once again, we'll date this, but I've still not watched his. Part of me wants to watch. He wrestles Eric Young, and I want to watch it, but I also can't be bothered. Like, eh, he's too. He's one of the guys who got he's kind of at that test level of muscle where it's like, oh fucking hell, like can you move? Like, can you actually move, or are you just a fucking walking tank?
Way that it be. But on this match specifically, I don't see any futures. If I had to just close my eyes and pretend I didn't know 12 years into the, about what, 14 years into the future, I would say out of the potential of the, Bo Dallas probably has a future. I
Yeah.
forget what he is got Bo Dallas to be fair. I would say that Johnny Curtis has a future, and I would say whatever. Oh yeah, Michael
Not about
McPhail.
that one. But hey, to be fair, Johnny Curtis has a future working as a producer for TNA. So
Eh,
I
there you go. He did win at
didn't
the end.
realize they had producers.
But
Thought he
I
was just
don't.
D'Lo.
the idea that he's just shaking his head all the time.
D'Lo and Dreamer just fucking.
What do you mean? Dreamer's not a producer. He's still going to be wrestling till we're dead.
No,
He's just
he's running it.
oh yeah. I say most men are. If I'm looking at this without hindsight, most men in this match have a promising future. Yes, including Michael McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel. Yes, I know how his career ends, but yeah, it's fantastic. I don't care. He was fantastic. I loved his little feud with Triple H a year later. I loved it. Yeah, I know Triple H nearly died. I know that, but still, I loved it. The run, not what happened. Um, yeah. Continue. Don't mind.
But yeah, Bo Dallas biggest future, but ultimately he got pushed a little bit too early. wasn't ever really a, he wasn't really allowed to do much character work, and then by about 4 years deep, he was just a glorified jobber. So
See,
so it is.
the problem I feel, and I don't want to like disrespect that I am getting a bright white tattoo, so like don't take this away, lads. But the problem I have with Bo is pretty much the fact that like his brother passed, which again, yeah, tragic. I understand that. That's been talked. Like it's sad. I understand that. I was devastated when I found out. But he's a fantastic performer. Was a fantastic performer. But the problem I have nowadays is they just went to Paul. You can be Bray Wyatt, can't you? He's like, I'm, I'm his brother. I'm not a
Oh,
fucking
to be fair,
clone of
he
him.
was supposed to be Uncle Howdy before.
No, no,
For
I know, but it's just the fact how they just slotted him like after he passed. Just
He's a little bit weird.
it's just how I don't like it. Like I always want Bo Dallas to have a bright future. I'd just be like, you can be brave, but shit. But I don't. I do hope Bo Dallas like whatever. Oh, hey, fuck.
It was kind of the sad thing that they never really had them tag. They never really had them tagging together at any point, despite the bulk of uh bulk of both men's careers in developmental, they were a tag team the entire time. But for some reason, they just never. I mean, I understand why, because obviously Bray Wyatt's trajectory was fucking huge. Regardless, like, yeah, sure, he did. He finally won all the titles in the end. Like, for a while, he was just floundering in the middle. Ultimately, had a pretty stacked career, all things considered, and yeah, Dallas didn't really get to do that much. And then, to be fair, towards the end, his look was all over the fucking shop.
And
Like, he stopped work. He seemingly stopped working out so much. He kind of grew a shitty little beard. Like, it all went a little bit weird. But I mean, hey, he's doing well now. So
you
yeah,
check out
just unfortunately.
both Alex. Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. Next up, we do have the match featuring Alex Riley, who is my boy. Absolutely love the man. Versus Antonio Cesaro. Still got to say, Alex Riley's theme's fucking incredible, and it's one of my favorite wrestling themes of all time.
You'll probably
Um,
you'll probably find it on Spotify if you want. Listen to it, go for your walk. But it would be weird because you'll just be walking down the street and then just randomly screaming to an old lady, "Say it to my face! I'm scared, Jim, I'm
look
scared."
me in the eyes, fucking.
She's there just petrified in the corner, like, "Please, I want to go." Have you heard about Alex Riley lately? Don't know
I think I
who
do
I.
have to say, even I know that Alex Riley's career got really, really derailed because Cena didn't like him. But fuck me, is he? He's pretty impressive. Like, he's pretty tall. He's pretty well built, and he's in really, really good shape. So it's kind of a shame that basically Cena just didn't like him. Um, that's the real answer. He just didn't like him, did he? It's like just Cena. I don't know. Like, everybody loves Cena, but everybody forgets the time period where John Cena was just a massive cunt.
Yeah,
He had that like couple year span where he fucked. He slept with Mickey James. Mickey James like broke up her marriage and apparently got a bit too obsessed. But it was Mickey in like the late 2010 or the early or the late 2000s. Like, her reputation was in the bin anyways. Probably wouldn't have been that hard to just essentially go, yeah, she's fucking crazy. It's like, you cheated on your wife though, didn't you, Cena? And then when the Nexus boys came up and he just went, fuck all of these pricks. I'm not putting any of them over whatsoever. Like, any Nexus person, he was battering the fuck out of him. Like, just watch any time Alex Riley and Cena like interacted. Cena's like sucker punched him in the back. Like, it's fucking mental. He's now retired and he's now a legend. So let's just forget about the time he was just a massive prick.
and again, if you want something else to add, but I understand why, and I'm not gonna make it a big deal to be able to talk about him on ECW. Doesn't shut the fuck up about things, even in modern day. Where most people give be
Yeah,
like, no, don't do it, vaguely do it. You got fucking up things, yeah. Shut up, John. Shut up. Just want to
yeah.
say
I
that.
think if there's one thing to just kind of round out the Alex Riley bit, obviously he looks really good. He
Oh yeah.
fucking is in great shape. He's really tall. Um, is that kind of like, I can understand why Cena was slightly threatened by it. What? There's just this fucking young, attractive fucking kid who's massive and probably can wrestle about as well as I do. Like, no, that's sacrilege. He did have like 2 good years of wrestling. I know.
2015,
Um,
2016 was probably his best. Pretty
that's
soon.
about it. Then at that point, he just has the same fucking matches every time.
I will say,
And
and I just want to add, when I knew it was weird seeing Cena wrestle was when he do the middle rope stunner, if you remember that.
yeah,
Where he bounced off the middle rope and fucking hit a stunner.
Springboard Stunner.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
springboard
Never
stunner.
landed properly. Did it about twice properly.
He did I think it's called the pop rock, but I think Roxanne Perez does.
He did Code Red.
Yeah, the code red. He hit code red. Nearly always landing on his neck, which is not good. But
Yep.
fair play to you for trying. Um, I can't really name another move he did well.
He did the like back body drop into the neck breaker. Did that one for a while.
You can't forget, of course, his six move doom, the Hadouken punch. I don't know what it's called. the Shin Chi punch. Some
Something
shit.
like the fucking lightning fist or whatever
Yeah,
the
the
fuck.
lightning fist. That was it.
Yeah, but yeah,
Completely ignored
like
it.
I don't know, just it's just not have a vision. Like there was a like everybody's like, oh, Cena was great, and he never politicked or anything.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I am a Cena fan. Like, I love Cena. One of the first people I watched when I got into wrestling. You know, I was a huge Punk fan. I was devastated when he left. Do the MGF promo. But I will say, even as a fan of Cena, I can admit he did do a lot of politicking, and he did pretty much bury a lot of people's career. It shouldn't be forgotten. And my dad also uh, big my dad, also does have a tickling point for Cena or Triple H because he always complains that because he read the dirt sheet or some shit and it was like AJ Styles would have come to WWE earlier, but someone stopped. Like, they was fucking joining Triple H. They fucking stopped them. All right, Dad, get back in your chair, Dad. What's the horse?
I mean, to be fair, AJ going to WWE at that time would have just made him a TNA for lifer because he would not fucking worked in that time period.
No, he would now have worked in the 2000s.
But yeah, Cesaro also fucking. I mean, I feel like I don't know if we ever had this conversation on the show, but we've always had this conversation off screen that Cesaro is one of the like quietly best fucking wrestlers, and who's never really gets his flowers. He's just always viewed as like a safe pair of hands. But it's always a shame he's never winning like the big world title or anything. Like he's kind of it feels like he's unfortunately beyond that sort of point. Even though it feels like he's never injured either. Like he's always in fucking tip top shape. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
That man's had the same physique for the last fucking like 15 years of his life. It's mental.
I know this might sound ludicrous, but he's sort of like Pac or Neville, who never will appear
Yeah.
short. But he's just well, I know Neville had a lot of beast issues and shit, but like they just never are injured, but they're always there to help you.
I
Unless
mean, to
it's
be fair, Pat gets injured all the fucking time, but
um, but like they're there to help you. Yes, let's just ignore when Neville refused to show up to WWE to fucking put over Enzo.
that's just funny though, wasn't it?
It was. And they just went, you're going to sit at home. And then he went, yes, I'll sit at home, but you're going to fucking pay me. Basically, like every legend now is like, I don't agree with what you're going to do, WWE, with your politics. So I'm not going to renew my contract, but I'm going to sit at home and still accept the contract while I'm there. Yeah, basically what Neville did. But yeah,
Yeah, he's just. Yeah, I also will say it is an absolute shame that he's never had any sort of long run in New Japan because fuck it, Matt, that man would fuck in New Japan. That man would fuck
Neville or
like
Cesaro.
outrageous. Cesaro.
Um, yeah, if I had to
It's the right sort of style.
I just want to say Cesaro, phenomenal wrestler. He's part of one of my favorite tag teams. You know, I'm a Kings of Wrestling fan. Obviously, if you want to know my favorite tag, probably America's Most Wanted, or I know a bold choice, not bold choice. Everyone fucking goes for it. If you're a newbie to fucking tag wrestling, it's obviously FTR. Uh, People go, why don't you have the Hardy Boys? The fucking Hardy Boys have been shitter for the more times than they've been good. I can't fucking nominate them. I could say the same thing about America's Most Wanted. At least they're not on every fucking show every week. But yeah, Kings of Wrestling, fantastic. I do make fun of it. But I always go, I'm a fan of Kings of Wrestling. Oh, Claudio and Chris Hero. No, no, no. Then who? Jarrett Nash and Hall, Kings of Wrestling. Um, it, yeah, I love that. It's so obscure and I love it. But Cesaro, fantastic, phenomenal wrestler. I was a big fan of him when I was watching WWE when I was a kid. I was just impressed by him because I know this is just gonna be like what the fuck you saying, but I was impressed by him because I was like I've never seen a man to move like this was obviously before I found the Ripper with him to talk about. But yeah, I was impressed by Cesaro and I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? And I loved him so much. And then I went back and watched them Hate matches. Can't really name them, but I did watch them. And he's just phenomenal. And I fucking love the fact he's in AEW. And it's why I'm sort of glad that Tony Khan is like a fan of wrestling. Because he understands, like, well, for most times he understands like who like he can properly wrestle and who's like going to be there for a long time, which is nice to see. Like I said, Cesaro was fantastic in his role. I remember I remember during the pandemic as well. They had a program with him and Roman where he fought Roman because Roman banished Bryan from SmackDown because the rumor was that Bryan was obviously going to go to AEW. He did go, and then Bryan fucked up his neck some more. But yeah, Cesaro had a phenomenal run to WWE, even if he was underutilized for most of it. I do wish him and the Paul Heyman dynamic worked a bit better, but also them saying you can't be champion because you don't have great mic skills, and Brock Lesnar is right fucking there will never not be funny to me. Like, you don't have great mic skills, Cesaro. Yeah,
Roman
Roman as
at
well.
this time of like at the time, of
Yeah.
course, he's gotten good mic skills since then.
Uh, Apart from the fact that every Roman promo is like, I'm a part of the bloodline. Did you know I'm a part of the bloodline? Did you know that I'm the OTC, the head of the table, the tribal chief, the one who beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, the second person to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania? Did you know, guys? Did you know I'm a part of a historic bloodline? Did you know that? Did you know that? Fuck off, Roman. I know you
Yeah,
are.
fucking
Every Roman promo.
this this segment's gone on too long anyway.
Yeah,
Cesaro wins. It's a pretty bang average match. Obviously, Alex Riley his looks good and his music's good. Wrestling never particularly good, but doesn't really need to be. And Cesaro wins with the fucking neutralizer, which is cool. The main funny bit about this is JR says like, "Why does the cameraman keep focusing on Aksana? When he's check his green cards." Like, fucking come on, JR man. Like, come
you
on,
see,
come on, dude.
if he's tweet put a cowboy hat outside.
Exactly. But yeah, decent match. Nice progression. Nice to see early on Cesaro. Nice to see Alex Riley, my boy. All right. I think we also get a Chris Hero, get a Cassius Ono promo where he changes it from I'm Cassius Ono, I knock people out to I'm Cassius Ono, I hurt people. Pretty good. Obviously so good that Lashley and MVP stole it later on. Bastards. That's Cassius Ono's now. Decent promo. I'm excited to see him wrestle again. I'm excited to see him wrestle someone substantial, not fucking Tyler Breeze, but not Tyler Breeze. Mike Dalton. Yeah. Yeah. Next up, we have Sophia Cortez versus Natalia. And I did mention, obviously, she's Eva Lee, majorly known from a Lucha Underground stint and was in AEW for a while. I realized that she was obviously one of the. I'm going to say the word whistleblower. It's going to be a little bit weird. She was one of the people who was most known during the Bill DeMott trainer scandal where he turned up to be a massive prick. So that to me, and ever since then, she has been labeled as hard to work with, which probably, you know, she did just unsettle one of the fucking Bill DeMott was the main trainer in WWE for 20 years.
Yeah, yeah. That's huge
So
erection. WCW, right?
yeah,
Like huge erection, not huge erection. Correct.
general erection,
General
humorous.
you never
Yeah,
never like
obviously, and seemingly that was the reason why she was fired. So yeah, but yeah, but the build them up, bullying, assaulting, homophobia, racism, apparently allowing sexual harassment, fucking just mental. It's absolutely fucking depraved shit. So yeah,
I need someone to do the Cody tweet just going far enough but to build them up instead. Stop you were do stuff over with the boys, couldn't get it over some shit like that. That's a fantastic tweet. I bring it up every time. I love it so much.
yeah, just an unfortunate point of Evalise's career, but ultimately it has followed her ever since. Unfortunately, I mean, she was apparently she left AEW for similar reasons, so it's kind of it's a shame. But yeah,
Um,
she faces Natalia. For some reason, this is during the time when Natalia was having tantrums.
yeah.
So she just leaves and gets counted out, and then batters Sophia Cortez. He's just fucking I don't understand what's going on here, but Sophia Cortez has a cool look, quite fiery, nice little kind of cruiserweight type, kind of very mobile, athletic. She's alright, and yeah, Natalia just batters her after the bell, which is funny. Any thoughts on it?
I don't have much to say on this because this is this is not the Natalia I know. The Natalia I know was dancing and jiving with the Great Khali and Hornswoggle until Hornswoggle and Great Khali got killed or marked by someone. I don't know who it was, and I can't remember. But someone marked them. Yeah. But I don't have much on Natalia. I just the one bit about Natalia that I always find weird and like I find also kind of funny, it's just how she's still fucking employed. Like I feel like
She still gets a yearly title opportunity.
that Stokely Hathaway
I mean,
job.
she's really good. She's really good. Like it's not shade her. She's there because she was the best, and she was the best before people actually wrestled fucking women in WWE. So
Uh,
she has earned her spot, and she's also like a prolific trainer, and has helped a lot of wrestlers actually become proper wrestlers because they've been training with Natty and with Tyson Kidd. Like
DJ.
yeah. So
Uh,
like I'm glad. I'm glad she's still around. I'm glad that she still has the opportunity. I hope she's making a fucking fortune because she spent the first basically 10 years of her career just being fucking despised and being called a bitch. Like it's mental.
like
So
I do like Natalia. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just backtracking. But what I'm saying is, I'm just surprised she's still employed 20 odd years
hey,
later.
this Tamina's still employed.
I know Tamina is still employed, but we say that and then Tamina gets released. But like, I'm just surprised, honestly, really. Um, but yeah, I not much on Natalia. I've not really watched too many Italian matches, if I'm being real. The one I've probably seen the most, which is probably only watched it once or maybe twice, when I was in the wrestling shop in Dublin because it was on the TV, was obviously her one match against Charlotte, Canada, where they obviously did a screw job, and then Bray came out and put Ric Flair in the sharpshooter, and Natalia put bloody Charlotte in the sharpshooter. Um, that's all I remember.
Hey,
Really.
I thought she won the world title more times than she has. She won it once.
Jeez.
I thought she had it like more, but it does feel like every year she does get given a fairly sizable title reign. Apparently, she beat Naomi and then held it and then lost it to Charlotte Flair.
So
So it was that SmackDown Live time period. So at least she finally got her flowers at some point, even if she always gets that world title reign or that world title chance like once a year. But like I said, like she is a Hall of Famer one day. All the Hall of Fame really matters, let's be honest.
to AJ Styles, just very.
Just burying it, yeah. Yeah, so Natty loses by count out. Sophia Cortez wins. I really don't know how much time Sophia Cortez has left in WWE, but I don't think it's particularly long. So yeah, time will tell. Next up, we get having another Ascension squash match. Still Conor O'Brien and Kenneth Cameron. No Rick Victor just yet. They beat Garrett Dillon and Dante Dash. Dante Dash is only really known as a guy who is in fucking. He was in Developmental for a very short amount of time, and he's just quite big. That's it, really. He's built as fuck. That's all I have to say. He was very clearly a fucking guy who probably played professional football and then fucking went, oh, I'll just be a wrestler. It's easy.
Not much to say on this either. The extension are a tag team. One
It's
of
only interesting when they inevitably bring the tag belts in.
Yeah, they're certainly a tag team. A tag team, which is all I can really say. I do like the extension. I do like
I
Victor and
still like seeing this. It's the thing that ECW never had, where it's like,
yeah,
oh, are you actually going to bring any other belts? Nah. Why would we do that? Oh, because you want them to do something. Ah, fuck you. Like, okay,
but,
cheers, guys.
but I do like the extension. It's their career trajectory, especially, is very fucking weird because they go from this, and then obviously Bram gets back or leave, and then they bring in obviously Vic, and then Victor and Connor do all right, and then they team with Stardust, and then Stardust leaves. They just float around, and then inevitably get released. Just all right. Um, yeah, I
I
can't
mean,
like
it's quite impressive that it's quite. I will say the longevity that he had, the fucking that longevity they had is kind of mental.
is it,
Um,
do you agree that they should have still stuck Cody in the Stardust face paint when he came back? Yeah, we signed you, Cody. Stick you in the face paint. Go on. That's what you got as Stardust. Be a champ.
Yeah. It's weird that they never became tag champions on the main roster, but equally, this is at to like what peak. It's the near start of what like Usos, New Days sort of time period, and
Well,
fucking nobody else even sniffed those fucking. Well, for now we have New Age Outlaws and fucking the Dudleys, so who knows? Fuck the
well,
tag division,
if I
Vince McMahon.
if I remember correctly, and I could be remembering a bit wrong, but I think I've a bit more of a good memory towards this guy than you. Like to remember his tag team. But if my memory is correct, get called up in like 2015, which is all right. Then the Dudleys get brought back in 2015 and have a weird run. And then obviously they get buried by the fucking Dudleys, New Age Outlaws, and ABA. And then also they have a shit tag run. But in the end, and the team with Stardust. And that's about all they do. The team with Stardust, and that's it. And I think they fight Stephen Amell, I think. But I could be wrong. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
just shit, isn't it?
yeah.
But like clearly they aren't being brought. But it's basically they're fighting people who aren't on their level. So you would hope that inevitably when they actually face people on their level, they will raise the performance. Don't know if they do. I can't lie. They're not. They're hardly the revival. You know what I mean? Like
I just
they are just two scary lads who are scary. That's it, and that's all they need to be right now because they're facing fucking jobbers.
I just say it is funny to me that Vince basically saw them as Legion of Doom but shitter, when literally you had Legion of Doom who were shitter, which was Demolition. It's just very funny to me. Like we have
That's just
Legion of
mental, isn't it?
we have Legion of Doom who are shit. The shitter version of them. Who is it? Oh, it's Demolition. No, no, no. It's Connor and Victor. What? How's it Connor and Victor? You're Demolition. Demolition were literally the rip-offs of fucking LOD. What the fuck are you on about?
It's also like they genuinely they could have done way more.
Could
It's
have.
just WWE, just WWE shit tag division, really.
I
That's it.
I just want to put out there. I do not think they're a rip off of LOD because the genuine
They
thing
are
is,
though.
okay, they probably are, but they do a good thing to differentiate from it mostly, which is what I will give them credit for. Like, they don't really
I
do
mean,
the
to be fair, when they fucked up and they had, although when Brody Lee and fucking Eric Rowan showed up, they were toast. Like fucking what? They're just better and they can actually wrestle. Well, Brody could wrestle. But fucking
you don't talk badly.
Rowan was tall. He was very tall. I'll give him that.
Don't you remember the classic match of the TLC and Stairs match with Eric Rowan and Big Show? Do you not remember that fight? That is
I do.
we
Yeah.
all want to forget, but we can't.
But yeah, Jesus. So yeah, Ascension rise again. Yeah, whoa. Main event: Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. We always make the joke on this channel. I'm like a notorious Seth Rollins hater, not because he's like shit, but just because he's not elite and he's told. Everybody says he is. Essentially, like look, he is the Triple H of his era. He's just there. He's consistent. He does his bit, and he does it well. But he's never going to be elite. You know, you look at Roman, you look at Mox, fucking worlds apart. Still, honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. It's still mental that fucking Moxley in his like, just the transformation of him, like 15 years into his career, from when he was like skinny as fuck Ambrose, and then he just looks like he ate himself as Moxley. It's mental,
I mean,
fucking crazy.
I know people go
I'm,
back.
I'm amazed he was a world champion. He was just that popular. It was insane.
The problem with Ambrose is the fact Vince didn't be champion, but everyone went
He was
Vince.
also didn't he also just get super injured? So everything he did just looked shit.
Collins or Ambrose. Ambrose, I don't think he got injured as much. I think he only got
Well,
injured
it's
as
just
much.
how I don't know. I think he just had a bunch of wear and tear. 'Cause obviously, he used to do a bunch of death matches, and then
Yeah,
obviously when he finally got time to because didn't he vanish because he had like a staph infection or whatever on his elbow and he could have died.
yeah.
And after that point, suddenly he was able to heal up and rehab and gym, and then he just became fucking built.
I do want to say though, the career of Ambrose is mental. I know people would say the career of Ambrose is better than Moxley, which you all. you generally believe that, you can fuck right off. He's
Oh, fuck
actually
off.
treated like the talent he is in AEW. But my God, the character of Dean Ambrose, I used to be a big fan of the character of Dean
Oh, I loved him.
but I'm not. But I will acknowledge that Moxley is miles better. Like I know this is about Rollins, but I just want to say I don't think there's a better heel move that you can do to someone than put them in a plastic bag and choke them and just like I'm killing you tonight. Because that's truly a villain shit I've never seen before. Oh, how are we gonna write Brian off TV because he fucked his neck from doing these 20-star matches? Just put his head in a plastic bag, right?
I mean, I also just think that, like, also it did help to me. Maybe this is like a slightly like cunty opinion, but fucking him like showing up in AEW and that Kenny Omega run also fucking helped send it over the edge as
Yeah,
well.
I'd
It's
agree with.
fucking
But I do want to say
just a crazy fucking time.
just very quickly on Paul, he is fighting McIntyre, who does have broken ribs. It doesn't have the back foot yet. Um,
Fuck.
but, but I will say on Rollins, like we've made the joke multiple times, but it is mental. Watching him here, I think you watch him in 2016, and then you go,
He had
what?
knees back then.
Yeah, you just go, what happened? It's like his knees went on. But yeah, he
He
Rollins,
is really like what I always say. He is still really good.
no,
Like
he is. He could,
it was a natural progression. He was like the favorite out of everybody in. Well, he wasn't actually the favorite everybody in the Shield, but
well,
he was the one who he probably improved a lot more. I don't know. It's like the way I view it is Moxley was he was there, but because he had to be that wacky WWE like kind of like jokester kind of character, or he just managed to pull it off. And then Roman took way too long to develop. Like multiple world titles by the time he actually became genuine like elite talent. Like fucking he failed upwards for so long that when he finally actually became good, it's like holy shit, what the fuck? Like where was this holding? Like this man's been a multiple time world champion and he was still shit. Like it's mental. But and yeah, Seth was kind of just he wasn't necessarily the finished product because I still don't think he's the finished product. But he probably advanced the most and he did fit that kind of it was just the fucking authority time, wasn't it, really? Like that shit, that fucking horrendous time period in wrestling where every single Monday Night Raw was Triple H and Stephanie saying, all you fans are fucking dumb because we're the authority. It's like, oh, hell. It's just it's a horrendous time. It's a fucking horrendous time in wrestling. But yeah. Um, this match was fine. This match was fine. It's weird to see young Drew McIntyre. Like he still had a full head of hair then. It's, I always say that Drew's gonna be one of those wrestlers where one day he's just gonna shave it and be bald and all the coolness is gone. Like it's just but he has a full head of hair. He looks like a boy. He looks like a boy. But he's still fucking massive as well at the same time. So yeah, it's nice to see it. I always still like to see this. It's easy to forget that Drew didn't do. Obviously, the Claymore was like a fairly new thing. He always tells the story of how he figured out how to do the Claymore when he was in 3MB and he wore those tight ass leather like trousers. And like he slipped whilst kicking right back in the head and then went, oh shit, that looked fucking sick. Boom, new finisher. Easy. But he still basically does it. Like his big boots are fucking feral. It's outrageous. Then he finish it off with a future shock DDT. I liked it. I still don't know. I still don't know why he wasn't a champion in this time period. I guess you have to ring the Kevin Dunn accent bell. Maybe that, but just still really good. Just quietly really good. It's still wild as well the fact that his like run on the Indies when he left was him going to ICW and TNA and Evolve, and it's
and
like
WCP.
yeah. So it is crazy to me that just by doing that, it made him like desirable again. But like, no, Billy Corgan's fucking TNA, like, oh, he was probably an Impact like Grand Champion or whatever the fuck that shit title belt
Yep,
was called.
definitely.
Like, it's just fucking. I don't know what. Maybe they just thought they made a mistake. Even when he came back, he was fucking pretty shit as well. He had that cool NXT run, but then he had that fucking tag team with Ziggler.
Yep.
I think Lashley was involved as well. Or Corbin. It's probably fucking Corbin.
No, no, no. It was fuck, I believe in the 20 mid to late 2010. Yeah, he returns with Ziggler on the main roster, and then get into a stable where I think it's Ziggler. Ziggler might not have been a part of it. Might have been Drew.
He was.
Yeah, Drew, Ziggler, um, Corbin, maybe Lashley, maybe Strowman, The Miz, and Kane. And then it just turned into Corbin,
Yeah,
Drew,
because
and that's
him
it.
and Ziggler won. They won the tag belts together,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Um,
then
anything.
yeah, they lost. He also then later went on to team with fucking Aaron Corbin and Lashley.
Yep,
And then he just kind of fucked off and eventually came back and then had that slow burn where he just started ending people. Is great. Yeah, just the weirdly cursed. Like it's just a very Vince kind of. Honestly, that's the real. Like it's still crazy that fucking. It's funny now, and I don't know why I'm saying this now because obviously this is going to come out about 4 years, inevitably when it gets to this. But it's still like, fuck it. I mean, recently, like the recent WrestleMania 40, is it 41 or 42?
42. Last year was 40.
WrestleMania 42. Uh, it was just underwhelming, kind of bollocks, and because the recent like because the current WWE product, which felt like they just that it's kind of funny that in a way because they sold to Endeavor and TKO, and now that's who they run it. It does feel like they sold to TKO to get Vince out. And now people are so pissed off by the current Triple H vision because Triple H had he had a good honeymoon period. They got so angry that now people are like, I wish we could bring Vince back. Fuck off. Why would you do that? I get one in something different. I get not one in Triple H in charge. That makes sense to me. But fucking not going, Vince was good, wasn't he? Yeah, fuck off.
I mean, people generally go, and I don't want to make this a huge debacle.
Vince can come back when he's cleared of all the charges in his fucking sex trafficking lawsuit.
But I will say, and I'm going to
But he's
try.
fucking not, is he?
He's not going to be clear, but he's going to get away with it because he has one thing
Yeah.
don't have, and well, he also knows the president very well. Which I know probably won't play a factor, but he does have a lot of money. So there you go. But what I will say, and I don't really want to make it a huge thing, people go, but he created the Attitude Era. Okay? I
Yeah,
took a
fucking
shit last
26 years ago.
I took a shit last Monday. I don't go. I took the biggest shit last Monday. I need to work at this toilet in this company making toilets. Who cares? I just took a big shit. Like just because you created one thing doesn't mean you're automatically good. Like again, bullshit. If you don't watch any other videos on this channel, I don't care. If you do or you don't, that's up to you. Honestly, I don't mind. But watching ECW and
All
then
of you to imply people watch this channel.
only one of us. But anyway, as I'm saying, like watching ECW, he has lost his mind already. And this is before 2019, where he's doing that fucking storyline, where he's having fucking Baron Corbin retire her ankle and then get dog food thrown on him, and having a fucking giant dog come out dressed up like Roman Reigns. Like, genuinely, you want him back, but you don't. Because the minute you get him back, you're gonna go, I miss Triple H. I miss him. But he will, like, me and Ash have both stated that when he is, it is when he is. And
Oh, he'll be back.
like, I don't want to be mean, but he is a rich billionaire. And I will eat my words if it is, like, if he does actually get caught. He will be free of the charge, which is sad. That's my prediction. I won't say Ash's, but he will be back if he is clear of the act. And yet it is shameful. Don't want him back because genuinely, you want him back, but when he comes back, don't be surprised when he makes Walter a fucking dancing Austrian.
I mean, I always maintain it's one thing I always try to state and try to remind people. is sometimes you need to celebrate things whilst they're good, and it can very easily turn bad.
Yeah,
Obviously, the successful channel that we do of the EastEnders, we had a good time period of EastEnders. It was really good, and then they swapped executive producer, and now Piggy hates it with a passion. So that's why fundamentally you have to enjoy shit whilst it's good, because it can get, but it can always get worse. Like, and none of this fucking adage of, oh, it can only get better. It can't. It can get worse. It will kick the shit out of you. So just you got to enjoy shit whilst it's good, and also bringing back Vince is not the fucking way forward either. He will inevitably be back because, of course, he will.
yeah. I'm Drew McIntyre. It's very weird to see young face. Well, I know he's a heel, but like baby face, that's weird. Like Drew McIntyre. It's so weird to see him like young and shit, and not like big hunky Drew that I know. Himself. I know that's very weird.
Happy Drew.
The way the way I said hunky there, big hunk that he is. Drew like big beefy fridge that he is. Um, but like I genuinely, his career trajectory is also fucking funny. Like the fact he leaves, I think it's leaves as they put it, and then works on the indies, works in about 4 UK promotions, and then comes back and his NXT champion thing gets battered by Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, like Kyle O'Reilly. He wins the belt, and then he just gets called up, and he somehow made it work. Just a fantastic, congratulations. Also, yeah, it's mental to see young Seth Rollins with two perfect knees, not just one good knee and one bad knee. He now has both gammy knees. He has two gammy knees. But yeah, just it's weird seeing the future of WWE in 2012, in 2026, because if Triple H gets his way, when he runs back to Drew Seth Rollins feud, it's going to go on for another 2 years. It's not over till it's over. So yeah, that's what I want to say. I appreciate watching this. Unless you have anything else to add, wrap it.
No, it's just a very, like, it's cool to see Drew McIntyre. Obviously, he's something of a favorite, and you look at it, and honestly, I'm surprised he didn't do more initially, but I am very glad that he inevitably came back and fucking has ascended to a whole nother level. Um, and he is the pride of Scotland. Yeah, I don't know. That's another edition of NXT though. Should be back. Next episode probably will be shorter. Let's be fucking honest.
That's why I've a lot to
But
say about the talent. This
apparently there's a. I think now we're starting. Dusty Rose teased there was going to be. Well, they teased that Dusty had a big announcement, and I think this is now where we get to the point where we start to decide who's going to be the first NXT champion. Which I still look at this and go, why the fuck didn't you do this with ECW, you prick? And you slowly introduce more gold, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Obviously, history knows who the first NXT champion is, but seeing how they get there, that's the more exciting part for me. But yeah, join us next week for more NXT.
just very quick to say, I have had the mountain kids back 3 years after it, it is fantastic. It is just a great citrus drink. I do recommend for everybody. I have no
Grape
fuck.
and citrus don't sound like they blend too well. I can't lie.
It's like a grape chewing gum. That's all I can say. Um, I don't know where the fuck this is from, but I do want to say it's all right. That's where I'm going to leave it now. But say if Pitch Black comes back to your country, go get it. Well, doc, like yeah. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.